bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Hey y'all, this is Bayou, Bonsey, heading out to East Texas, Piney Woods, Trinity, Texas, from Bayou City, Houston. I'm on a solo trip by myself, going up to the Deer Lease. Here we got a lot of hogs running around, a lot of members going up there to do chores for the morning and end up shooting a hog in the road. So that's what I'm hoping for. It's going to be my first video of hopefully many more. As far as I know, I'm going to be the only one up there. I'm a poor man, so I'll be sleeping in a tent and sleeping out there, hanging out with the coyotes and the hogs, and hopefully get to see a few deer. Coming up on Sam Houston National Forest. It's all piney woods, tree farms, lumber farms, whatever you want to call it. Got about 45 minutes to an hour before I get to the location, and I'll be back to tell you more about it and show you what I got when I get there. Hello again. Alright, we've finally made it to the lease in Trinity. My butt is numb. We're here at the gate. We gotta get in by key. It is a private lease. It's a MLD. Of course, it's not deer season this time of year. And we got a little signage here. That's just to kind of ward away people who don't belong. Unfortunately, they do come here and mess with stuff. Alright. Between the legs here. Come on, Key. There we go. Got a little dirt road. Couple miles back till we get to camp. One of these days I'll have to take the lock key off my keychain so I don't have to turn my truck off. There we go. Pull up through the gate here. And we gotta get out and lock her back up again so we don't get any unwanted guests. Alright, little foilers, lots of interesting things to see here. Not sure what this bluegrass is, but maybe it's bluegrass. Pretty cool. Little baby lizard right there. How you doing? Alright, lock this back up, then we can get on down the road. See you when. Alright, we're almost to camp. Coming over the last hill here. I saw a few squirrels and a lot of birds crossing the road. I've got some tracks in the road, ATV, UTV, and truck tires. So people have been back and forth here. There was a member here this morning. He shot a pig at his feeder, and on the way back to camp, he shot another one in the road. since pigs have been real active around here in the last couple weeks. 5 that I know of in the last week and a half have been taken. Got one giant one, killing some feeders. He's big, ugly. I'll show you here when I edit this video. We're pulling up to camp now. Beyond, got a lot of hunting spots. 10 members and their guests on every year. No history. I've been coming up here since about 2006. It's now 2019. Things get pretty rough up here through the summer, and looks like someone mowed camp. That's good. Just realized I'm recording things upright. I'll try and remember that in the future. Here we are at the Big Buck Hunt Club. Appears I'm the only one here. I'll get out and give you a quick look around, and then I'll get unloading my stuff here. Figure out where I'm going to put up my tent. Little pan of what's going on. Little pop up over there. I intend to get that spot for the year. That's ex-members camper. We got to get it out of here. I used to have a big shelter logic here covering a bunch of stuff, but they got tore by the weather and they tore it down. I was hoping to keep the frame from it to make my own shelter over here, but didn't happen that way. Believe it or not, this is our shooting table, and this is our target lane. It's probably about, I don't know, 75 yards, maybe a little more. Here, look at this. This is a big problem up here. Lots of wasps. I'm not going to get close. I'm allergic to them, but I'll try and pan you in. And they are aggressive and not friendly. I did not bring medication to deal with that, and I'm sure my deer stand is full of them. Well, I hate to admit this, but I've had a little setback. Before I could set up camp, I realized right before I offloaded the four-wheeler that in my hurried pace, trying to get family situated and work situated and time situated so I could come up here and enjoy this evening, maybe even get a hunt in the morning, I realized I forgot the gas can for the four-wheeler and the tank wasn't full. So now I'm off to the gas station to fill her up. That was a really dumb mistake, but that's how it goes sometimes. I also forgot my Special Forces shovel. I really like it. I'm stuck with my little fold-out shovel pick. It's a tiny one. It works well, but it doesn't make a very good hatchet. Even though I don't have a hatchet, I do have my Japanese saw and my shark tooth hand saw. I'm finding I looked around camp to see if I could get a more natural perspective spot to place my camp, and where I was going to put it, somebody left a big old trailer. Well, that's how it goes up here to Deer Lease. So I'm off back to town to Trinity, grab some gasoline, fill up the four-wheeler, and hopefully get back to camp and get it set up before it gets too dark. Well, back at camp, lost about 35 minutes of sunlight. You can see the sun is beyond this beautiful setting back there. Usually it's nice and gold and red and purple, but that was all while I was getting gas. So, I guess here we are. It's getting late. I was going to stick my butt end off in the forest a little bit, but given that the time has worked out the way it did, I'm thinking about putting it right here. We're going to be next to this pine tree, but there's a, I don't know if you can see that. There's not too many, there's no dead branches or dead falls on this tree. Ground's pretty flat and clean, and it's right here by the main fire pit and center of camp. Alright, I'm gonna get my stuff out and get it started and get to it. This is my tent here, 4-person instant A-frame tent. It was given to me by some friends. They used it once with their little kids, and I guess they never went camping again. Not really their thing. I'm gonna set it up. Let's see how it is. See how instant it is. Huh. Normally I bring a much larger, like 12-person igloo looking tent, but she's getting pretty old. I've had it for 20 years. This one's brand new and it's only been used once. Alright, well, that sets up pretty good. Bigger than I expected. We're going to set her over there, get it tied down, and get a few things out. Alright, got my tent set up. Sun's going down quick. Starting to hear the crickets and tree frogs and bullfrogs, and hopefully later we'll hear some coyote. Got the yard light over there across camp. Nobody showed up yet. Got a phone call from Mr. Hook. He might show up. He didn't know if he could get away from the wife. But let's have a look here. Here's the tent. I got a double foam. We're all out mad in there. I'm just going to sleep in the center. I noticed one thing about this tent. Right where the brightest light is on the side there, it should have a tie-off to pull this tent wider, but it doesn't. It's got some stay ties for inclement weather. Here, I opted not to use them. It's supposed to be a calm night, maybe breezy. And out here in the dark, other people, even myself, getting up to use the potty in the middle of the night, might trip over the wire. So I'm gonna load up the gun and the 4-wheeler and go for a little ride. We have to do what's called a spotlight check. Right at dark 30 after dark, drive around the route through the lease, stop every 1/10 of a mile, and and count the deer, doe, and buck we see. And that's for MLD biologist request. And we give that data to him. Several guys have already done it. Normally they do it all together, but life is what happens when you're making plans. Oh, you hear that? You can hear the coyotes. Well, I heard one. Where's he at? I'm noticing lots of mosquitoes out here. Thank God I got a tent. I have just a little fleece, throw down blanket, then I'm sweating just from getting out here and moving stuff around. This is Texas. Its humidity is about 80% and maybe more. It's supposed to get down to about 73, 70. But you're adding humidity, it's not exactly comfortable. I won't lie, compared to a survivalist, I'm kind of glamping. I brought a fan, extension cord. I will be using a crank-only radio and light. My fan is battery operated, lasts about 6 hours on high each battery. Just a little fan. And I got some tools, and you know, your hammers and nails and saws and shovels. But yeah, so get the gun loaded up and see if we can go take a ride and look around. Maybe we get lucky and see a hog on the trail. Alright, here's my rifle. It's a Mossberg 270. I'm running a Zeiss Conquest 24, 6x24x50 AOMC. She's pretty big on this gun, but I really like it. I've shot a few deer and pig with it. It's a good little rifle. Mossberg being a little cheaper. I got a bipod here. I don't use it much. It's just a fun little gimmick. I did use it to sight in this new Zeiss scope this year, and it's within an inch, which is good enough for me. That's shit. No, that's a leaf.
No, it looks like it's dirt on top of dirt. You know what I mean? Yeah, I doubt I probably shot over or under that little pig. But
he might have still ran off. Even if they got fucking nailed.
And it was funny that I had like a intuition, or premonition, I guess.
I thought it was right. You were right before this, right at the corner, or this, or whatever.
I thought you were in here. I didn't think I was that close to you.
I was right about by that pole, just past the pole.
Well, I don't see no blood.
A lot of them ran this way.
That would make sense. It's the main thing. Is that blood all over there? Or is that just red leaves?
Red leaves, yeah.
So, my point is I thought that I thought maybe, hey man, because I didn't have time, but I was gonna grab my shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah. I see a bunch of horns standing out of the grass.
Chip's like, oh shit, he's starting to talk shit. I'm gonna video this shit. Hey, big buck hook, Bob said this bit. Look at that. So took a little shortcut. These little gravel things, you know, around the AC units, so you can get in and out of there. And motherfucker, I felt something hit me in the neck. It's a goddamn wasp. No doubt, hit my sweaty neck, didn't sting me. I was like, oh my fucking god, you fucking dickhead. Last time I was here, I came around like this. You can see my tracks. And I stood here and I threw a fucking protein on the deer blocks and landed right there by the gate. What did you lose? Right there. You lost something. Oh, you just broke his shit. Get in, you broken fucker. Shit works protects you, dude. He's gonna feel you. Watch him jump on you like a fucking Hades movie.
Can't focus on.
I think there is.
Two more. Oh, one more.
No way. Really? Oh shit. Okay.
Good morning. Skipped over a bunch of last night. We rode around and looked for some hogs. When Bob got here, he came in the gate, and as soon as he got in the gate, and I was almost to him, there was a herd of pigs, little slippers, and some sows and a boar, maybe a dozen or more. He got out and was standing there, and he's still standing there, and he shot at him. We stayed up too late. Probably already went home. Put up to see TV. I'm picking up camp while it's getting sunny. I took a ride around this morning. I didn't see no hogs. That's how it goes sometimes. Get this mess picked up before we get to hot part of the morning. I had electric battery operated fan and 2 double pads of foam. I slept okay. Radio and light. But I'm gonna take her down now. Well, got camp all cleaned up. Loaded up in the truck, stuffed her on the toolbox. It's starting to get hot out here. It's supposed to be about 95 today. Still got kind of a cool breeze, but in the sun it's pretty rough. Got camp all cleaned up. That guy's never here. Leave it better than you found it. And we're gonna go take a ride on a 4-wheeler and see if we can see any hogs. I took a ride earlier, didn't see any. Lots of tracks everywhere. I'll show you some down the road. So yeah. Woo! Alright, we're going for a little ride. Got my Honda for pen raised off the ground about 3.5 foot. 3 windows, back door to porch for old geriatric people like myself. There's my feeder down there. I'll sit here in the shade for a little while. Got some corn on the ground. Checked it out last night. Everything's working. Filled it up. And spun some corn out. We're going to sit here a little while. See if we see anything. Sit here in this shady spot on the shrub wall here. And yeah. Hopefully I'll see something. Wish me luck. Unfortunately, we are down upwind. Wait, yeah, we're upwind. So the breeze is coming out of the north, going right down my lane, right to my feeder. Pigs have real good noses and okay hearing, and you know, they could spot me down here, but they have lesser eyesight. They work a lot with their nose. Some of y'all may disagree, but that would be my experience. So sitting here in the shadows, I'm not too worried about a pig seeing me. It's not deer season, so can't take a deer right now. On this MLD, we get to start rifle October 1st, whereas the state you know, typically starts rifle in November. So we've been here about 20 minutes. We're going to sit here for a while till it gets too hot and run out of shade. Back at you in a bit. Alright, we've been here for a little over an hour, starting to lose our shade. Wind's changed a little bit, starting to come out of the east and the north and back in from the south, kind of like a tidal water, just kind of hemming and hawing back and forth. It's getting kind of hot now. It's bearable, but I think I'll go check the feeder and see if anything took my corn for overnight, and take a ride around the lease one more time, and maybe run into that little fish school of pigs and piglets that everybody keeps running into when they're coming and going. So have a look. take this grass down. Next time I come, bring the weed eater. Blocking my view. Got some old pig waller there. Little divot road that gets wet. You can see the tracks in there. Come and go in and out of these fields. Come and go out of the creek to my right. Drainage creek, dry. Call this area the Chalk Creek Cemetery. I got a little camera on a post next to the feeder, probably a little close. Not sure if that's working. Nothing's been here. Corn's still on the ground. I got a little wild game spinner. It's been working for about 2 years. No too many problems at all. I've had this feeder, I don't know, 4 years. Paid 99 bucks for it. Put some extra strong steel legs on it, and then pigs will just rip it down out here. Got the varmint cage this year because raccoons tore my spinner, motor box, and solar panel off and drug it around. And then the pigs came in here and were just nudging up against my poles and eating the corn that drops out. So I didn't get up to hunt last year, but maybe 5 or 6 times. Here's my old game camera. See what's going on here, if we got any power. Can't even get it open. Gonna require a little assistance. There we go. Yep, dead her to the door now. Wait, no, there it is. No card. Yep, someone took my card. It's been a problem out here. Somebody's been coming in and messing with their stuff, and then they take our cards, so we can't see who they are, but some people caught them on camera and they were reported to the game warden. I just realized messing with the phone again. Here's my hat. I lost my scope cap last night riding around in the ATV with Mr. Bob. You can see it's cleared out here. The animal trail that comes in here, this used to be a clearing road. They cleared this 3 years ago for all the pine trees, for lumber poles, whatever. They replanted, and now they're just starting to pop out over the grass. I had no trees at all here for a year and a half. Got a lot of goat weed, and now it's a lot of daisy looking flowers. Got another trail. They come out of the creek corner down there. They come up in right here from the creek, in and out the back. You come in here and get the weed eater out and clean it up out here so I can get a better view from my box stand, which is all the way down there. Alright, we're going to get out of here. Take a ride and see if we find the school of pigs. Got some scat right here on top of this red clay sand mix. Has some seeds in it, a bit of grass. Looks like clay. There's a big seed sitting in there, right in there on the bottom. Some hog tracks there. See where they broke the clay. There. I'm guessing that's hog food. Well, I stopped right here. I'm almost back to camp. We got a big dip. It's probably about 300 yards to camp. And as I'm coming up over the hill, right on top, right there, I saw something black standing there. It moved around a little bit, and then it walked off in the woods. I checked with my scope, and I didn't see anything. I waited for a moment to see if it come back out. Unfortunately, there's some guys' trucks right there, and I don't want to be shooting back towards them. They're over there working on their feeders, stands just beyond there. So I'll go see if we can find some tracks right there. Got a little path lane here. They like to come out and cross the woods. We often see tracks right here on top of our four-wheeler tracks. Now, I do see a rabbit. Maybe that's what I saw from afar. I don't see any hog tracks here. Like a hare. Hare being a large rabbit. It might just be a large cottontail. Yeah, that must have been what I saw. I don't know if you can see him. Back here by camp. Other fellows haven't come back yet. It's nice and quiet and breezy out here. Sit in the shade a little bit and see if this rabbit comes back out. That's really something I'm right about there. Might have been a hare. It was kind of big. And down there, about the first to last telephone poles where we see pigs cross a lot, they'll come out and sit on the road and poke around and then move on. Might give us a little chance to take a shot at something. I know nobody's down there, and if they are, they ain't supposed to be, because they're not supposed to be here. I don't think anybody is here. And I'm gonna sit here for a little while and see if we can come up with something. Tired of waiting on that one spot. Sat there for 35 minutes or so. Came down here, and there's a bunch of buzzards hanging around, sitting in the trees, and they were on the ground. There's a feeder nearby that got broke down by a big pig. And as far as I know, nobody shot anything and dumped it out here, but there must have been 24 of them sitting here. Well, I figured out why the buzzards are hanging out here. Yesterday morning, like I had said earlier, gentleman shot a couple hogs, and apparently there's one over here in the bush where he dumped it. I'm guessing it was the boar. Saw a picture of him. I'm trying to share it or edit this video. See. Could be one someone shot and it just ran over here and died. Yeah. Buzzards have been picking on it already. If it's the boar, in the picture I saw, his nuts were about as big as his head. He's not very old. He's probably 50 pounds when he was alive. He's been sitting there since yesterday. Here's weather. So they dumped him up in here about 20 foot off the road. Out here, that thing will be gone in 2 days like it was never there. Animals, coyotes, buzzards, other creatures, cats. They'll eat them up. Alright, let's get back to camp. Probably load up and get this show on the road back to the house. Not much luck this trip. Had a good time. Enjoyed just coming out here and camping, seeing friends, meeting new people. Saw some pigs in the dark around midnight, and Bob took a shot at one and they all ran off. Saw the dead pig. Ride around, check the feeders and stands, traps. Weather's pretty nice considering it's the end of July, almost August. It's going to be about 100 degrees out here this time of year. It's usually not real pleasant coming out here. Had a chilly night, slept okay in the tent. My old bones, slept on them foam pads pretty good. Had some critters come around the tent at night, squealing and squawking, and I yelled out and they ran off. So, about time to load this thing back on the truck and get on out. Start heading home, about a 2-hour drive home, heading back south to Houston. Alright, about ready to load the 4-wheeler up. Just got my crappy little lawn equipment 2x6 dealios. Got my safety pin in here. Since I don't have good ramps yet, I just got my 4-wheeler. Never had one before. Rode it around this weekend to see what it was like after fixing an axle on it. It's running pretty good for the age that it is. It's 03. My ramps aren't great, so I like to pull off down below an incline, get my tailgate closer to the ground, and make it a lot easier for me to put four-wheeler in backwards on these not so four-wheely ramps. So I'm gonna load it now. Grab my trash bag, and that purple bottle there is my old laundry container. Makes a nice little portable hand washing water. Rinse it out pretty good. Still has the smell in it. You wash your hands. Wouldn't drink it. And I'll pour some on that log there. Make sure we don't have any fire issue while I'm gone. Nobody's really tending the fire. We had a small fire here last night. Need a little bit of water to wash my hands. Alright, just gonna walk it up here backwards. I'm not even gonna ride it. I'm trying to set my phone up here. Hopefully it won't fall down and get a good sight of what's down here. And we can get on down the road. Well, that's the end of this adventure. Loaded up, ready to go. I didn't get to take any animals, put some meat in the freezer, but my bud Bob did give me some deer sausage from last year and the doe he shot. Somewhere down in there. So, before we get out of here, I'm going down the road towards the gate, and there's a washout here from the rain. It's a little dusty now. It ain't rained in a while, but over here, got lots of petrified wood coming out of the ground. I like to stop, get a little piece. Got some colorful rocks. Use them around the garden, decorate stuff. Made a fountain with one. Another piece there, petrified wood. God only knows how old it is. Anyway, I just want to share that. I thought it was pretty cool. Found some pretty big pieces last time I was here. And not too many this time. Next time it rains, I'll stop and pick some more. Well, that's the end of this adventure. No meat in the freezer from the woods. Not going home empty-handed. My bud Bob brought me 2 packs of deer sausage, 4 leaves, cream cheese, and pepper. So I'll be going home with some kind of meat in the cooler. At least there's that. Got the living room, playroom. Now we're going to head to the house. Thank you for watching. If you want more videos, please like. like it, subscribe, or not. Until next time, Bayou, Bonsey, out of here.